Hare Krishna, we are continuing to read from teachings of Queen Kunti. We are on the fourth prayer, which is, okay, just give me a moment, please. I don't know what happened. We are reading from the teachings of Queen Kunti. We are on the fourth prayer, which is in Srimad Bhagavatam 1.8.21. Let me therefore offer my respectful obeisances unto the Lord, who has become the son of Vasudeva, the pleasure of Devaki, the boy of Nanda, and the other cowherd men of Vrindavan, and the enlivener of the cows and the senses. So Kunti Maharani is continuing with her prayers, and Prabhupada is giving us such amazing, amazing purports. We were yesterday reading that how Krishna is invisible. We can't see him, but for our benefit, he takes the form of the deity. He takes a form which we can see, a metal form, because we can just see these material elements, metal or stone or wood. So he kindly appears in the deity form so that we can offer our devotion to him. We can reciprocate to him. We can know how he looks. We don't need to imagine. We do not need to speculate or assume something which is not true. He's showing us, this is who I am. By his mercy, he's showing us. So then, by the grace of Kunti Devi, we can understand that Krishna Vasudeva is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. The word Vasudeva also indicates that the Lord is understood when one comes to the platform of pure goodness, which is also called Vasudeva or Vishuddha Sattva. So how can we actually begin to understand the Supreme Lord? We have to come to the platform of pure goodness, the Vishuddha Sattva, Vasudeva platform. Sattvam Vishuddham Vasudev Shabditam Bhagavatam 4.3.23. To understand the Supreme Lord, we must first come to the platform of Sattva, goodness. But goodness here in the material world is sometimes contaminated by the lower qualities, ignorance and passion. So how can we begin to understand the supremely pure? Krishna is in pure goodness. There is no material goodness in him. What does material goodness mean? It means we are on this platform of goodness, but suddenly we'll change into passion, or suddenly we'll become angry and ignorance. But to understand Krishna, we have to come to Shuddha Sattva. How to do? That's why we are always encouraged, give up at least your passion and ignorance, come to the platform of goodness, at least come to the platform of goodness, so that there is a possibility to come to the platform of pure goodness. Pure goodness. And that's the reason Krishna is speaking so much about the modes of nature in the Bhagavad Gita. He's saying, oh, if you act this way, this is the mode of goodness. If you act this is the mode of passion. If you act this is the mode of ignorance. And we are encouraged to come to the mode of goodness so that we can transcend. So then now, what's the process? By hearing about Krishna, however, one comes to the platform of pure goodness. So how can we do that? Give up our passion and ignorance, come to goodness, and how to transcend that mode of goodness and come to pure goodness? Just by hearing about Krishna. Just by hearing about Krishna. Shravanam Swakatha Krishna Punya Shravana Kirtanaha. We should try to hear and chant about Krishna always, 24 hours a day. And in this way, the dirty things will be cleansed from our hearts. So by hearing about Krishna, it is not that one should only attend a Bhagavad Saptaha, an official reading of Srimad Bhagavatam for 7 days. That is another form of exploitation. In the Bhagavatam, it is said, Nashta prayeshu abhadreshu nityam bhagavata sevaya. The word nityam means daily or 24 hours a day. one should always read Srimad Bhagavatam and carry out the order of one's spiritual master. The word Bhagavat may refer either to the spiritual master or to the book Srimad Bhagavatam. So one should always serve the person Bhagavat or the book Bhagavat. Bhagavate uttama shloke bhaktir bhavati naishtiki. Then one will be fixed, immovable, naishtiki, in devotional service to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So we always recite this verse before we begin to read the Srimad Bhagavatam, that Nashta Prayeshu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya. All these things are going to be cleansed from our heart. The dirty things will be cleansed, and revocable loving service to Krishna will be established in our heart. By what? By regularly serving Srimad Bhagavatam, the book Bhagavat and the person Bhagavat. Who is the person Bhagavat? The person Bhagavat is someone who is following the instructions of Srimad Bhagavatam, who is living his life according to the principles of Srimad Bhagavatam. So, Nityam Bhagavata, daily, regularly, or Prabhupada is saying 24 hours a day. And how does it? Just by hearing about Krishna. We just have to hear. We don't need to think too much about things, We are like little children who do not know much, don't have much, qualifications or something. But Krishna, by his mercy, is making the process very easy for us. Very easy. So he's saying just hear and chant. And that's what we have to do, hear and chant. And everything will follow. Everything, whatever we are desiring for, is going to follow. The highest benediction that we are looking for will follow. So in this way, one should realize the benefits of the Krishna consciousness movement by the prescribed spiritual process and try to distribute these benefits to other people. So we should ourselves try to realize the benefit of Krishna consciousness. We should ourselves try to realize this. And then by how? By prescribed spiritual processes. And also try to distribute this to others. To awaken the dormant Krishna consciousness of others is the greatest welfare activity in the world. We can actually see that the devotees who were not Krishna conscious 4 or 5 years ago have been awakened and are now Krishna conscious. Similarly, others can be awakened also. There is no difficulty. The process is the same. So the process is the same. We just hear and chant ourselves and encourage others to hear and chant. And when we are encouraging others to hear and chant, that's the greatest welfare activity of the world. Why? Why is that greatest welfare activity? Because we are telling them who they truly are. We, each and every one of us, has love for God in our heart. And to awaken that, that is an opportunity we have gotten in this human form of life. So we need to encourage. That's why it's written, dormant Krishna consciousness in the heart of others. Awaken. It's not that we have to put Krishna consciousness to others, inside others. We can't put anything, it's already there. We just have to awaken. It's just dormant. We just have to awaken it. So each and every living entity is Krishna conscious. We have just forgotten it. We have to revive this. And the process, what's the process? Hearing and chanting. By following in the footsteps of devotees like Kunti, we shall be able to understand Krishna's identity. For example, we may ask a person's identity by asking, what's your father's name? So, Srimad Bhagavatam presents God with his father's name, his mother's name, and even his address. We also know the address of God. from Srimad Bhagavatam. What's his address? Golok Vrindavan, in the Vaikuntha sky. So we are not impersonalists with a vague idea of God. If one takes advantage of the Krishna consciousness movement, one can understand God perfectly and completely. So we are getting this perfect knowledge of God, not just some sort of semblance of a knowledge of God. No, if we want to understand God perfectly and completely, if we want to understand it, it is there. It is there. Prabhupada is saying, if one takes advantage of the Krishna consciousness movement, it's there. It just depends. Do we want to accept it or no? Is that okay? Not sure.
Yeah, it's okay.
Would you like to add anything?
No, it looks perfect.
Okay, so we'll stop here for today. Kunti Maharani ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Gaur Premanande, Hari Bol, Hare Krishna.
But it is, I just wanted to say that it's explained so detailed, every points are covered and so nicely with examples, and it's really easy to understand because he has given a lot of examples too, so that we don't get confused anywhere with the words. They're very, very clear. We don't get confused.
Yes, so true. Yes, I was thinking of the same thing yesterday, that how Prabhupada's purpose, how he's, really giving us so much details in the purpose. As
And the examples, and they're very, very relatable.
Yeah, yes.
Very relatable examples.
Yes, so true. Yes, the examples Prabhupada uses.
Though I recite this mantra every day, Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya, but it's so, it has such a elaborated meaning, I never knew.
Oh, good. But it's good you're reciting every day, very good.
Yeah, I think when we used to go to Bhavna Ji's Bal Vikas class with Shubhendru, then she used to give us one mantra every week. And not only children, it became a habit that we also used to recite. And that is the time when we did the Nityananda Prabhu Ashtakam, the names.
Very nice.
Yeah. So glories to her, yes. Thanks to her.
Very good, Jay. Very good. Wonderful. So thank you for sharing. Thank you for sharing.
Yeah, so, I still sometimes miss that class, but I cannot get children back now. So I enjoyed this one. Yeah, I'm enjoying this one.
You can ask other children otherwise. There must be other, your friends have small children also.
Nobody wants to go now. I don't know why. Nobody.
Oh.
So I miss my children somehow. But then I enjoy that, yeah, at least that seed was sown and now we are continuing, at least I'm able to.
So good. Wonderful.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kunti Maharani ki jai, Shilpa ki jai, Gaur Premanande, Hari Bol.